A lot of the problems with Khan Academy are caused actually on the student end. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what the students see. I've created a fictional character named Michelle. Okay, and the first time that Michelle signs into Khan Academy after she's created her, or after she's joined your class, is she's going to get this thing that says Personalized Khan Academy. Now, what she needs to do here, she needs to choose community college student. If she chooses fourth year university or grad school, she cannot access the grammar section because it's a community college and lower grammar section. So choose community college. Make sure that your students choose community college here. Okay, then you're going to hit continue, and then they're going to go all the way down here. And it's not in arts and humanities. It was there when we created the template, but it's actually moved down to reading and language arts, and you click on grammar and continue. Okay, now she should see all of the grammar that she needs to do. It isn't automatic for this to show up. She's going to be working on mastery, so when she starts, she's going to hit start, and then introduction to grammar. It's going to start with introduction to nouns, etc. Okay, now there is a possibility for your students to go down and click on the unit test. If they don't read any of the stuff and they just want to do the unit test because they think they're good enough at nouns that they can do the unit test, they may be able to pass it. I think you have to pass with an 80% or above. This is why some of your students will whiz through the grammar section for your class, and it seems like they got 100% on their grammar like the second week. And you're going to be like, what? Like, I thought this was a long grammar thing that they had to do. But if they go through and they take all the unit tests and they're really good at that, they don't have to take grammar. And that's a really good thing. So your students won't be bored if they really do know really good English grammar. But if they don't know it, they won't be able to pass the unit test. And they have to go back and they have to do all of the lessons in that section before they can pass the test because, frankly, they're just not good enough at it. So a lot of them will say, hey, I just don't understand what I missed in the test. Can you tell me what I missed in the test? Is there some way to find out what I missed in the test? No, there isn't. They just need to go back and redo all of the lessons and then take the test again. And it's really good for them because they need to learn that section. So they might be really good at nouns, pass the test, really good at pronouns, pass the test, but maybe their verbs aren't so good. So they have to go back and just really study the verbs. And then they'll be able to pass that test. So if they're giving you any flack about that, that's what happens there. Okay, so I'm going to go into my section so that I can show you from the teacher's perspective what you're going to see of Michelle's progress. Now I'm in my teacher dashboard, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Here's the class I was just in with my two fake students. All right. And I want to look at what their progress is. So I'm in my teacher dashboard, by the way. Teacher dashboard. In your teacher dashboard, you're going to see all your classes. So here's this one. All right. So I'm going to look at the progress in course mastery. And I see that Michelle has 8% of the grammar class finished, but Doc K, who's my other fictional student, has not finished any of it. Now, what's really important, especially about the second week of class, is that you let your students know that they have to be signed in to Khan Academy for them to get any progress. Now, I know this sounds like a really obvious thing. You know, the computer doesn't know who they are unless they are signed in. But a lot of times the students will go through and they can actually access Khan Academy and work in it without being signed in. So you need to remind your students that they need to be signed in. One way I do this is that I just I make a quick little screenshot of what I see here with my two students, and I post it in my announcements for the class. If you want to know how to make a screenshot, the best way to do it is to search for snip in your computer if you have a PC, and it'll come up with a snipping tool, and then you can click on that and hit new, and then you can highlight the area that you want to snip. It'll take a couple times before you get used to it, but you'll get used to it, and then just name the snip and save it to your desktop and then upload it to your students. If you have a Mac, you hold down Control, Shift, and hit a 4, and you'll get a little cross for you to pull it across the screen to make a screenshot. So either one of those, and I just make a screenshot and I post it in my announcements and I say, look, if you think that you've been working on Khan Academy but you have a 0%, you need to make sure that you're signed in to Khan Academy. A lot of times students will tell me, hey, I'm signed into Khan Academy, but I don't send you to the grammar lessons. That's because when they set up their profile, they either hit for your institution, which will make them not be able to see the grammar, or when they set up their profile, they did not choose grammar, which is down there in language. And so you need to just like walk them through that, and sometimes it helps to see how the students are viewing it. And as they work through the class, as they finish their mastery, then they get a great grammar score, and they end up learning grammar without you having to do anything. Now, you do have to do a few things. You need to remind your students periodically to be working on their grammar. And second of all, at the very end of the class, you're going to take the percentage of their grammar mastery and you're going to put that in as their grammar score. So most of your students should be able to achieve 100% mastery. If you have a student who has been working on grammar but they weren't signed in, there is nothing they can do about it except take those unit tests at the end. And the unit tests will speed them through it so they can recapture the stuff that they worked on. All right, I hope this was helpful. Take care.